Cutting scale guys, Nexas here and welcome back to Destiny 2. And in today's video guys, we are super freaking hyped. I got it boys, I freaking did it. I did it. It took me 6 tries, but we got the brand new raid freaking exotic that is going to be the Conditional Finality. Now, this is the brand new shotgun you kind of get, of course, from the new Root of Nightmares raid. You just have to beat Nezarec and you have a chance of getting this freaking weapon to drop. If you are getting unlucky, you've tried it maybe like 6 times at least this time, you can increase your chances of getting it by doing, of course, the triumphs for it. So by going to the right freaking area, that would be great. But yeah, there will be different sort of triumphs you can complete to increase your drop rate. So you can see that obviously going flawless, great increases. You can get one for just doing the whole raid of Strand. I'm going to be honest, I've done one that actually increased your drop rate. I haven't done any of the others, and yeah, I got it to drop. I know, I'm super lucky, boys. I'm super lucky. But the Conditional Finality itself, oh, baby, does this thing look good. I mean, oh, mama, whoa, mama. You cannot tell me this doesn't look just absolutely dope as an exotic. But what this thing will do, of course, we'll have the intrinsic trait Split Decision, dual barrels split into stasis and solar damage. So this is a dual sort of element damage weapon in the game. I think this is one of the first. Obviously, there is the two-tailed fox, but this is definitely the first special weapon that can do something like this, which honestly for me is super, super cool. And on top of that, we'll have a brand new barrel, which will be shortened barrel. Great improves handling at the cost of range and stability. We've got the alloy magazine, of course, for a frost reload when it's empty. And then you will have the daddy trait, which will, of course, be paracausal pellets. Landing nerdy, all stasis pellets will freeze targets. Landing nerdy, all solar pellets will ignite targets. So not alone does this thing do solar and of course stasis damage, this will also have a chance of igniting or freaking freezing targets, which together as well is just freaking dope. I mean, barrier champs or stunning champs or whatever is going to be such a dream with this thing. Just shove this right into their face or up their ass and all of a sudden you're doing so much work. It will of course have textured grip too, but oh my god, this is such a unique exotic. It's going to be super dope too. As I said, this weapon, it's amazeballs. I'm telling you right now. This is going to be the lore for it as well. Now, I'm not going to go through it all. I know people like the lore of weapons, so if you want to read through it, you can pause the video whenever you really need to. I'm sure Bife will freaking have a video on it anytime soon, but I will tell you that this weapon, it's a super dope looking freaking exotic. But I mean, the best thing to do with this is not really to explain what it does. It's just to go in and showcase it. We're going to go into some PvP first and then some PvE after. So we're going to show both sides of it. I know people will say it's not much of a PvP weapon, but we got to try it anyway. So without further ado, let's go into some PvP with the Conditional Finality. Alrighty, so we are going to go into some PvP with, of course, our Finality. And this is what it's going to look like. You can kind of see it already. It's going to be super beautiful now. Of course, I will only get 2 bullets, so I won't be able to just spam it out. You can kind of see that you're going to be right up in their Jimmy Jams for this to kind of work. But when it does work, it actually is really nice. And obviously, it has its own sort of unique reload, which, as I said, is just super dope. And there's the ignite. I actually hit all my solar pellets. Oh, it's so beautiful. Is this going to be anything top tier PvP or anything like that? You can kind of see why it won't be, because it's widely inconsistent. Obviously, it's just kind of the spread and everything. So if you know, pellet-based shotguns already have a pretty awkward spread. This one has to hit either all the solar or all the freaking stasis ones to freeze and everything. But obviously, if you kind of get it going in together, it will be really, really freaking dope. Like I'm telling you right now, it's a dope ass shotgun. It's more like, imagine freezing some guy. He thinks, oh, he hit me with a shotgun. And then all of a sudden, you just get frozen. I mean, that is super cool to me. Buddy, come here, please. Oh my god, I whiffed. What the? Ignited. We got him. What? I actually ignited him and he just, I think he lagged out or something. Oh my god, but you'll see I have the stasis and of course the ignite going now, so you can kind of see how it works in terms of the pellets and everything like that. Now, there was a dude. What the? Bro. You can kind of see how it works though. So every bullet will obviously load the chamber with another sort of elemental damage, which obviously is super dope. And we'll get that guy. But you see, every time I reload, it's like the second bullet in the mag will of course be solar, and then the first one will be, of course, the stasis one. It would have been super dope if you had the both kind of going in at the same time, but that's what I mean by you can get ignites going pretty well with this. Now, granted, the thing is that, oh, we get this guy. Oh my god, I didn't even get him. But the thing is, if you're going to be killing someone and getting them to ignite, you're hitting all your pellets, you should realistically kill them. But it does give you the opportunity to actually ignite somebody without actually, if you're like miles away and you actually somehow manage to get the spread hit. I could ignite. Now, obviously, 2 bullets into the freaking guy is really not going to help. But you have a chance of doing it. Same with the stasis and everything. So obviously, I'm not going to recommend you go freaking 100 miles away with the thing. And really, bro, come on, hit me. I got a freaking thing to heal myself. Obviously, I'm not going to recommend going 100 freaking bajillion miles with the thing to try to get a kill because it most likely won't get you one. But I do think it's still super, super unique. Like, I mean, oh my god, it just has such a cool reload animation. It reminds me of the what's called the super shorty. Oh, I didn't freeze him. I didn't get the ignite going either. But it reminds me of the super shorty, of course, from Doom, which honestly, the big glaive as well is kind of like the BFG. I think Doom was a very inspirational for this freaking. Oh, we ignite him. I love the ignite. Oh, but yeah, Doom I think was a big inspiration for this DLC's weapons and everything, and we'll get this guy as well. Oh my god, it didn't actually freaking get that to go in. That is so unlucky. I still do think it's a really, really cool shotty. As I said, I think it can go in real well. Oh, be live. Oh my god. Okay, this was kind of an absolute wipeout, but this kind of just showcases what the weapon's kind of like and everything. As I said, even for a weapon that can kind of shoot once and get them half HP and then you shoot again, it's actually not bad for that whatsoever. It can actually do pretty good doing that. It's 165 RPM. And I think we actually froze this dude, but we'll get this guy. Oh, ignite him. Thank you. Do something to him. But we will definitely say this will be super, super good against the supers and everything. You can kind of see it can go in by itself, but it's more like if there's a bubble titan, it's so easy to hit all the pellets. At an ignite or freeze, they're basically dead. So yeah, this is going to be a freaking bubble killer. So wait for Iron Bandit to come around. But overall, this finality, it's actually super fun PvP. Obviously, that was a bit of a route, but I will say it is still really, really freaking dope. Alrighty, so we are going to do another game, of course, of some PvP on Cauldron of Almas, which should be really good for this. But obviously, I just want to kind of showcase a little bit more, which I didn't get the other guy. But I kind of want to showcase a little bit more in some PvP because the last game was, oh my god, I got absolutely shit on, boys. Yep, it happens sometimes. You know what? Sometimes you just got to put your hands up and say, yep, I got absolutely duked on now. Buddy, come on. He got frozen. Actually did freeze his ass and that guy got ignited. As I said, it's actually super dope when they're in your face like that. They don't really have much of a chance. Like you can see, I'm freezing pretty consistently there as well. But they don't have much of a chance when you just ride up into their Jimmy Jams and everything now. Buddy, oh, you're 1 HP. That's where it's going to struggle. So you want to close the gap as much as you can, like on this guy. Buddy, I will say though, you can actually kind of get it to go in at range if you get lucky enough with a spread. But I mean, you'd have to be insanely lucky. I cannot see it happening pretty consistently at all. You just have to be the most luckiest freaking dude I've ever seen in my life. Now, buddy, get frozen or whatever just happened to you. You can get lucky where it will just insta-freeze and oh my god, buddy. And there's the freeze. You can get lucky though where it just absolutely, it just one-taps the hell out of them, which obviously is just super nice, but you can see if you don't get the kill straight away, they can't get out of the freeze. At least the ignite one will just guarantee a kill because if he's ignited there, he ain't surviving that unless he got some form of freaking heal. But at least with the... Oh, we actually get the kill on that. Wait, with the stasis one, yeah, you do freeze, but that don't mean no freaking kills. That just means that you're frozen. Oh, we got him now, though, and there's the ignite. Oh, no, buddy. Oh, bro, where are you going? Bro, don't do me like this. Do not do me like this. But yeah, I definitely will say against the higher sort of like tiered players, whatever, you will notice that you won't be able to absolutely destroy people. Now, I will say, though, if you get a headshot with one of the freaking pellets on this, it actually can freaking annihilate someone's HP. Like you can do like 130 damage like instantly, and it's pretty damn freaking good in air and everything. As I said, this ain't freaking no bad weapon at all. I actually think it can go in really well. Obviously, I will definitely say, and how are you freaking one shot, bro? Not dead. But I will definitely say there's gonna be situations where it struggles a little bit. Like you can kind of see that. Oh, when it's especially range. Range is 100% where this thing's gonna struggle compared to other shotguns you can kind of go in with. Alrighty, so we are gonna do the PvE side of thing, of course, with our conditional finality. And this is what it's... I can't freaking take the weapon out. I want to showcase it more and freaking in the light and everything. But this weapon, it is super freaking fun to use. As I said, it's just a dope shotgun altogether. As I said, not every shotgun has to be... Am I the only one in this? But not every freaking exotic in the game has to be an absolute freaking god tier weapon. Like this is really good, but sometimes the weapon just has to look insanely dope or just be insanely freaking cool in terms of how it feels and what it actually does, like in terms of its exotic trait and everything. And this ticks like so many freaking boxes for me. You got a weapon as well that can basically deal with nearly all sorts of freaking champions. The only one is barrier, but if you're slowing and freezing barriers, you shouldn't really get the barrier up, and that's what this thing can freaking do. It can freeze and ignite things. Obviously, I don't want to really use this against the run-of-the-mill enemies, but like against something like this, I can insta-freeze him and then I can just ignite him. And everything dies around it. As I said, PvE is where this is definitely going to be a lot more, I'd say, I would say not viable because it was actually really good PvP, but PvE is definitely where you're going to see the best sort of benefits of the weapon. Just get your normal freaking kills and then get your ignites. And if I wasn't in here by myself, it would be freaking great. Oh, thank you, Bungie, for spawning more players in with me. Now I don't get absolutely blasted by every single ad in the freaking game. But yeah, as I said, this weapon can actually, it can kind of technically, if you run a solar subclass, it can deal with nearly everything. And there's the ignite going in for me. But it can deal with nearly every sort of champ. So of course, I've got the solar ignitions for unstoppables. And I also have the freaking slow and the freeze, obviously, for unstoppables. And freezing or disrupting enemies with slows and everything is good. Oh my god, don't kill me. But you can see he's frozen. And then if I hit him again, he will ignite. And that's the kill. The yellow bar is freaking dead. So as I said, it has so much going for it. Like, it can do so much work. And then if I have the radiant going for my melee, I've got things that can destroy barrier champs. So as I said, it's just a really, really cool weapon. I will definitely say I do kind of rather this solar ignition. I mean, it would be nice if that was the top half, because then I could reload after every time I shoot. Because the stasis one isn't bad for freezing. But I definitely will say that the solar ignition is way cooler. I mean, if this was just straight up solar ignitions all the time, I think it'd be way more viable for PvE. Because ignitions are just so much better for ag clear and also just for general DPS. But don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean I think it's bad or anything. As I said, it's just one kind of, it's one condition to using the weapon. Am I right or am I lying? Haha. But yeah, I do think it's just a dope weapon. Okay, we're just going to ignite this guy. Yo, don't boot me back. Bro, don't dupe me. Don't boot me. I'll freaking ignite your ass. But as I said, it's super cool. And it's not alone, as I said, just good for ignitions and everything. It actually has a really, real cool fast rate of fire. So you can definitely kind of spaz this out a little bit if you really want to. And how is everyone dying? What? But you can spaz this out pretty quickly. It's got a good reload. And it just honestly is legit just like the super shorty from freaking Doom. I'm telling you, like, it's just so freaking dope. I mean, look at that. Man, it gets deleted. Oh, is this thing gonna get frozen? It is. And it's gonna ignite. It is. Oh my god, I'm already dead. But you know what? Don't matter. He's ignited. I didn't even kill him. God damn it. But yeah, as I said, it goes in really, really well with like a ton of different builds too. As I said, it's one of the only weapons in the game in the top slot, which, or one of the very few weapons. As I said, the only other one is the two-tailed fox. But it's one of the only weapons in the game, exotics, that can actually kind of dual freaking do damage. Obviously, I know people are going to hit me with the freaking, yeah, but my hardlight and Borealis can switch. I'm not talking. I'm talking without having to do any of that. It's just built into the freaking gun. It does dual freaking sort of elemental damage, which I just think is absolutely sick. As I said, it's legit just kind of killing these sorts of enemies, the big ass yellow bars. Like, you can only freaking two-tap them. You basically get them to 1 HP. That's one of the best parts about it. So they're going to be absolutely wrecked now, boys. What is going on with you guys? Cannot see clap by the freaking PvE. But obviously in PvE, it's way easier to hit all your pellets. And I mean, once you freeze and everything and then start igniting, it's just absolute freaking godsend PvE. It's super, super fun. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here and say like it's going to be easy to get. It's going to be definitely a freaking hard to acquire weapon. I mean, it's in the raid. So I know a lot of people already don't like to raid. Oh, I got frozen? What the hell just froze me? Oh, wait. They freeze in this game now? But I definitely will say that if you are a raider and you kind of want to have some fun with a good PvE weapon, it's definitely going to be right up your alley. I think it's definitely worth doing it. Or even if you want to kind of guarantee yourself some drops, try to do some of the triumphs to kind of give yourself better odds. Definitely, because it's just a dope. For funness anyway, it's a must get. I don't know about actual builds and everything. It will go well against certain bosses and everything, I'm not gonna lie, but for just the pure fun of the weapon and how quick it is just to run around and spam people, and of course looks too, you just gotta get your hands on it. It's so freaking dope. Well, that is it from me, and of course the conditional finality. I'm just gonna say it right now, this is one of the dopest weapons I've used in Destiny in a good while. I mean, there has been a couple of dope ones in Lightfall in general, but this one is just so freaking unique with the dual sort of damage, and it just goes in so well together. As I said, PvE, this is where it's going to be built for. It's not bad PvP. Do not think this is a non-PvP weapon. I kind of thought it was, but it can do work PvP. There is more, obviously, conventional shotguns you can kind of go in with, but do not sleep on this. This thing can absolutely do work PvP, but PvE, that's where all this kind of melts together in a beautiful freaking mess of pure freaking stasis freezing and also solar ignitions. I mean, the conditional finality, it's a dope ass shotgun. I will say that obviously it's trapped in the raid, which means that a lot of people are gonna probably never get it, or else they'll have to spend spoils, which will take a while, of course, because I think it's like, I don't even know the game will be existing by the time this comes to the spoil stable. So you will probably have to go into Nezric and beat him to try to get this to drop, but I definitely do think it's worth it, mainly because it's just a sick weapon. As I said, it's like the super shorty from freaking Doom. It feels the same too in terms of the reload, the snap, and the freaking speed and the shooting and everything. It's a super duper good shotgun. I'm hoping they'd actually bring in more dual barreled freaking shotguns. I think they'd be sick for the game. Kind of one-handed dual barrel shotguns. But overall, the Conditional Finality, this is one of the sickest freaking exotics in the game. And as I said, it's obviously tough to try get. You got to go into freaking Nezark and freaking beat him a bunch of times. But I definitely do think it's worth it. If you're a raider or if you've done some raids, it's 100% worth going in. It's not like other raid exotics where sometimes they kind of being just like kind of meh. Like obviously Touch of Malice wasn't that great, to be honest. But Conditional Finality, this is definitely going to be worth it. Especially for solo stuff. If you need ignites, freaking freezing, or you need stuns or whatever. It's 100% going to be worth it. And guys, as I said, it's not just how the weapon performs. Just look at this thing. And especially when you have it in game, when you see stasis coming out the right, and of course flames coming out the left. It's just beautiful. It's pure poetry, this freaking weapon. But regardless, if you like the video, show us a like. And you want to see more content, subscribe. Fantastic day. And hopefully I'll see you in the next collective in the next one.